Hello everybody, nice to see your face again. Here we are. It is April 2nd, 2022. This is our day 2 of the Toronto section. We're starting up again and it's nice and early and sunny today. Very cold, but we're ready to go. We just parked the car and we're gonna head up the hill and start where we left off back in late December. Here we go. We got to the top of the hill of the road and now we're starting. So this is the official start of the section we're doing right now. Here we go. All right, 2 minutes into this and it's already the we will rock you. We're back to the rocky section that we left off with last trip. Very rocky. Expected, but it's okay to do it right away. It's harder when you've been going for 15-20 kilometers. So this is how we're starting this journey today with all the rocks. Like the ground is nice and you can hear it. Crunchiness, the frost. It's kind of a nice sound while you're walking through here. You just hear that crunch. I know I'm a little GoPro right off the beginning here, but we got this swampy area just off the trail to the left of us, quite swampy, and looks like water's got a little frozen layer on the top of it, but it goes quite a ways in and quite a ways down as we're following along. All right, our first bridge of the day, of the year. Well, water all over the place because this swampy area on both sides. Forgot to say where we were starting from. So St. Helena Road, that's at on the trail, that's 8.9 kilometers. That's where we're starting. I guess I forgot to say which point we're starting, which is the same place we left off. So just making note of that. All right, we're picking our way through a lot of rocks and stumps and big roots sticking out. It's very really got to pay attention because some of the rocks are smaller, so you got to get your footing on them. We've circled the other side. We've basically done a horseshoe around the other side of that swamp area. So we've circled the other side of the swamp and now we're just kind of, again, picking our way through this kind of junky stuff here for a while. All right, bridge number 2 for the day and year. There is no water over this bridge. There's all kinds of water over to, looks like a stream over to the left here, but there's nothing under this bridge. It's just a low-lying area. And back to, you can see the rocks in this section. Overflow up to here. Yeah, probably. Yeah, so we're here before the spring happens, so we're not going to have to deal with the overflow. But you can see there's a lot of low-lying areas here. There's more. You know, there's lots of swampy, watery areas around here. It's very low-lying. Even though we're up high on a crest, it's still all this water. Oh look, Eric, just for you, right off the path, this downed communication tower. Look at that. Oh, poor tree. The downed communication tower, they must not get any reception out here. Oh, there's a bunch of them down here too, on the ground. They're what? Yeah, all the communication towers seem to be down, Eric. You're gonna have to explain why. All right, the blue markers. So we're at the Al Shaw Side Trail connector. So we're gonna continue on the whites, and it looks like the people with the blue have some rocks ahead of them, but we're not heading that way. Like, again, lowlands. Hopefully we didn't come from the other side of that, and we're not just doing pulling a U-turn here. A lot of water around. A lot of low-lying area up here. Right, you can really hear the rushing water coming from this, underneath this bridge here. These people have their own little private lake. And the water's flowing pretty quickly. Nice little drop there. Mini tiny waterfall. Come to a section where there's a bunch of plaques on the rocks. And a bunch of memorial plaques on this side, right next to another parking area. I guess we could have walked further the other time and got up to here. Quite a few plaques. You can see them all. I'm not going to read them all. Regeneration of the Bruce Conservatory. Yeah, lots of plaques. Yeah. They're being reworked. Yeah, a nice little area. And we're up to one of the side roads. Okay, looks 25. Okay, so it looks like we're gonna have a kilometer worth of road walking down this road. Just about to cross over Regional Road 25. So a kilometer worth before we head back into the woods road. Now we're going back into the woods. Looks like it's a fairly flat section, so that'll be good, because we move pretty slowly through the last section with all the rocks and roots and stuff going on. So should be good time maker upper. Here we go. We've been following along this very small stream over on the left. Actually, there's more on the right here. We could hear the water rushing through, but it's on the left. It's coming through to this swampy area over to the right. But the trail's been dry. I haven't had any issues with any kind of mud or anything at all the entire way, even though it's starting to melt. But it's a nice gentle stream right next to it. This close, I can just stick my pole into it. That's how close we are. It's flowing pretty good though. We're back into the rock section here. Little tiny rocks, so they're all jutting out. It was good while it lasted. We had a good little stretch there of this flat land, but we're trying to navigate through this now. All right, we'll go through this. All right, a lot of rocks still. We're coming up to this little pond area. Water gently flowing through. There's a lot of water up here. And you can hear the woodpecker in the background. There we go. You can't see to the left. I guess maybe you can a little bit. Frozen over a little pond to the left. And right on the right side here, another frozen swampy area. warmed up quite a bit. So the sections where the ground is low, we are walking through some mucky areas. Overall though, it's still pretty dry. We're going up into the rock sky here. Up we go. Oh, I shouldn't have taken that one. Oh, wow. It's steep. It wasn't long, but it was steep. And down looks like it's going to be fun too. Look at the water. Look at the frost and the ice over top of that water there. So obviously this section isn't getting much sun. I'm going to work down so you can watch me fall. You probably could go skating for about 3 seconds before you went through the ice. And down. Yeah, you can see the little, watch when I press it with the pole. Yeah, making our little holes in the ice. Well, this section wasn't marked well. There were several different places we could have gone. Kind of figured out we're gonna headed to the right. And you got one? Still no markers. Well, this must be the right way. All right, we're gonna travel this way for 100 meters or so and see if we can see a marker, but it's not marked well at all. But it's really, the other section went right into the water, so it's got to be this one. All right, we're going to continue on here through this. Still nothing. Maybe the tree's down through this rocky section here. Okay, we went through a little section where there were no markers, and it wasn't really a clear path, but we made it through. Another bridge here. There is no water at all. Yeah, no kidding. So this bridge is for ornamental purposes only. Now, if you look out amongst these trees, you'll have seen this image 100 times in the past. From one forest to another forest. They all start looking the same at certain points. Just, you know, you couldn't tell where we were just by this scenery. Well, other than the fact that there's no leaves on the tree and there's no greenage. But it's just, you know, this is the forest we're going through right now that looks like any other of the forests that we walked through. There's a lot of rocky section again. We're gonna have to pick our way through this section. A lot of rocks. Good places for the bear to hibernate for the winter, waiting for them to awake. Straight ahead. Oh. Coming up to another gentle bridge, a gentle stream under the bridge. Maybe it's a gentle bridge, I don't know. Very gentle. It's probably where all the mud came from that we were hiking through back there. Of the Canada Goose Side Trail and the Bruce Trail. We just crossed over what, maybe 4th line here, and our first style of the day along this farmer's field. All right, and apparently we're going to follow along this farmer's field for a ways in the woods area. You can see we're in between 2 fields here, this little narrow section dividing the 2 farmer fields. We've done these many times when we've been in farmers fields. Just they give you just this little trek to navigate through, and it's perfect because you know you're not walking on their property and you're kind of invisible. The little trail's getting narrower and narrower, just enough space to squeeze through. It's kind of funny. If you're claustrophobic, you probably don't want to be in here, because with all the trees and everything, especially I can imagine when everything starts sprouting and it's really green in here. It's very narrow. All right, we finished our way wedging through the 2 fields, the 2 farmers fields from that side. Now we've made a left, and now we're wedging between 2 other fields. Same kind of thing. Rinse, wash, rinse, repeat. It looks like we just come to a stile. Yeah, looks like you're going over. That's what it says, to the right. Yeah, it looks like we're going over the stile here. Oh, we are. We're heading backwards. Well, hopefully we're going to make a left turn. Wedged between 2 different farmers' fields. Again, I feel like a mouse looking for the cheese in this maze we've come through. Just very narrow, my shoulders touching the sides. This section's a little rockier than the other 2. But hopefully we're going to hit a road eventually. All right, looks like we're finally coming to the end. That was the most long, monotonous section of trail I think we've ever had between the 3 separate sections of the fields. Very long and very monotonous. But looks like we're at, what is this, 5th? 5th road, possibly. Finally out at the road here. Okay, so we just crossed over 5th. And we're heading towards Limehouse Conservation Area. See what we can see there. It's pretty flat right here. Oh, there's a few rocks, but overall pretty flat. Okay, here we go. Right, we've come to a little problem. This section of the Bruce Trail is closed. So what we're going to do is work our way to the Limehouse Access Trail and have to bypass this section. Again, not our fault. Moving on. Limehouse Side Trail. No, it's still open. Okay, so what happened was we went into the Limehouse parking area. See this section, look how steep that is up there. This section is closed. This is the end of where the last section was closed, so now we're continuing on. We hope. We're continuing on inside Limehouse Conservation Area. So we've missed just a little piece of it. Not a big deal. But we're back on the trail again. We've got this boardwalk here. Over through these rocks. This makes sense now. We're turning left. Okay, so we're back to where we should be, which is good. We just missed that one section. All right, left we go. Little waterfall. We came from back there through that woods area. Couldn't hear the water until just recently, but now you got a little waterfall going, so a little lookout area. Not as much as the ones in Iroquois, but something. Heading down these steps, and we'll get a better view. Okay, get a better view for both sides. The rapids running down here, and heading downstream. Okay, here's my gratuitous lost mitten shot for Joanne. There you go, Joanne. Lost glove again. Okay, it says we pass over the railroad track, but we haven't passed over it. Maybe because that one section was blocked. But that's it down there. We're at the end of Limehouse Conservation Area. Turn on to Kirkpatrick Lane.
To the intersection with Fifth Line.
Okay, so we're going to intersect with Fifth Line in a minute. Came out of Kirkpatrick. All right, and we're going back up into the woods here. Up this limestone face. Oh, it looks like we're following along here. Okay, wasn't much to see through the woods there. Looks like we're going to be back on the road here in a second. Hallmark Sugar Maple Forest. Okay, so we're going to be turning right. I thought the GoPro was dead there for a minute. Looks like we're going to be road walking for almost 2 kilometers, or maybe a kilometer and a half, I don't know, before we head back into the woods again. But it looks like it's a fairly light used road, so we should be okay. Okay, we're done our road walking. Well, no, I guess it wasn't. So we're heading back into the last section of forest before we get to the car. So over the stile. Everybody, you're not going to see it on the highlight reel, but I fell off the stile. Oh, what fun that was. Here we go. Okay, coming up to the last few bridges over a nice gentle stream. It's quite a wide stream. Very nice though. Very shallow. It goes a long way. You can see way over in the far right. It moves quite a ways through. Very nice. Oh, it's a long bridge. Or boardwalky. It's still going. More water. Like we're back into a field again. Great big meadow. Very quiet and peaceful in here. Looks Looks like we're gonna go back into the woods though. It's very quiet out here and there's no breeze. Nice. It'll be very nice when all the stuff is greened up. Alright, we're back out to this meadow again from the woods. It's very calm out here. Not much to see, but pretty calm. Coming up to a boardwalk, but you can see all the snow on the side of the ridge there. Coming up to this boardwalk. Looks like a long one. Long. Must be really marshy around here. It's still going. We've just been crossing over a series of boardwalks through all this mucky stuff. I don't know, probably about 5 or 6 different sets so far. They've all been fairly long, so this section is definitely a lower section. Makes it a lot easier to walk through though. Okay, like I said, this last little bit's been quite easy with all these boardwalks. Would have been more challenging with you can still see there's snow on the ground here.
Mud and rocks today were enough of a challenge.
Yeah, mud and rocks. Lots of mud and rocks. So it was a good way to end. We're back at the car on 6th line. So it's been a 17.6 kilometer day. And that's it. We're done for today.